Hi everybody, this is Randy the Wild Horse, and I'm going to talk about a school I used to go to from 1970 to 1975. It was called Madison Elementary School, SLBP, a very horrible school. You know how horrible that is? See, teachers used to twist kids' arms. I have to use stuffed animals, see, because I don't want to use real children, because, most of you love children. Only child abusers will do that. Okay, teachers, for example, twist arms like this, walk around. I had one teacher like swing me back and forth while my arms are twisted. It hurt really bad. Okay, I did that. And I'll show you what the quiet room teacher did too. I'll get my camera. Okay, take this off here. All right, this will probably be it might be a little easier, I hope. Okay, I wish I had help. Okay, teacher would, okay, twist my arm, say like this, and, there, got it off. A lot of times, okay, teacher like twist my arm like this and sat me down, grinding my you-know-what against his kneecap. Like that, see? Hurt really bad. Yep, Mr. Doug Anderson did that. He did it for, like, I think almost a year. Like, I was in the 4th grade at the time. And, yeah, kids were laughing all the time. And a kid on the bus would always say it, but the bus driver did nothing about it. I know what some of you are going to say. Well, Randy, why don't you prove it? I don't believe you. Okay? I can prove it with pictures. And I'll get some right now. Okay, well, first off, let's see. It's hard doing this solo, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is all started when I went to kindergarten in Jenny Lind Elementary School. Let's see if I can see that. Okay, that's about the best I can do. Yeah, these are all the kids here. See this little girl there, that fat girl? I mean, heavy girl? Yeah, she'd protect me from the bully. She'd tell everybody, leave me alone. Wherever you are there, lady, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. Okay, here's one when I think I was in kindergarten or 1st grade. I'm not sure. I was sitting on a chair with a bunch of paper behind me. It was in black and white. That was probably my best picture there. Okay, and well, here's another one. I was in 2nd grade. Yeah, you notice my teeth are very yellow. You know why my teeth were very yellow, ladies and gentlemen? That was because I hated to brush my teeth, and I was high on Thorazine. See, when you're high on Thorazine, you don't like to brush your teeth. It's a chore. I mean, I like to brush them now. I keep my teeth clean. Okay, here's me in the 4th grade. Now, look, I was abused really bad. High on Thorazine. Look at my eyes. They look glazed. Yeah. Yeah, my teeth are yellow too, as you see. And, yeah, I chewed my shirt. Well, you can see part of it there is chewed. Yeah, and, well, before that I did a little chewing, not too much. But then the next year, see that right there? I chewed my shirt. I used to think it tastes good, because I was very high on Thorazine. And they only gave us 4 of these pictures, because they hated the pictures. I was trying to imitate Stan Laurel of the Laurel and Hardy TV series, Okay? Yeah, and as time went by, after that 4th grade, that was the worst of all time. See, the 4th grade teacher, Mr. Lawson, he was the worst teacher I ever had in my life. Yeah, he only taught half the time. The other half, we'd go to the Loring Park and watch ducks or something like that, you know. Okay, I'm going to have to cover some people in this picture. Okay, and here is me, okay, when I was about 6, 7 years old. You see that? I have scabby knees. That's from jumping off swing sets at Madison School on concrete. See, look at that. There's the evidence of scabby knees. I used to jump off. See, I used to jump off swings like really, really high. And it didn't hurt very much. I mean, please, kids, don't ever try this at all. Parents, stop your kids from jumping off swings at any cost, okay? Please do. Please, please do. It's dangerous. I'm lucky I can walk. And if your kids are on those medicated drugs, jumping off swings and falling on concrete don't hurt much. Now I'd scream in pain, believe me. Okay, there's another one I'm going to have to cover. Okay, there's me with my arms twisted. Okay. That's what the teachers exactly did to me at the school, you know. That kind of arm twisting. They'd yank your arms. But the teachers weren't there at the time. Okay. And, excuse me. I have another one like it, but, okay. I could just go on now and, excuse me. I have kind of a cold, ladies and gentlemen. Will you please excuse me? Okay. Here's one right here. Okay, when I was about 7 years old. Oh, look at this. It has my address on it. I'm surprised some molester didn't find my house and follow me to the playground and take me for a ride. That never happened. Lucky me. Oh, there's Mrs. Carroll over there. Mrs. Bev Carroll. She never smiled once. Oh, no, she was always crabby. Always crabby. You know, she should have been a prison warden. Believe me. Yeah. Yeah, I got some more pictures to prove. Yeah, they used to say that my balance was real bad going on the balance beam. Well, you see, when you're high on Thorazine and stuff, it's hard to balance on the balance beam. It's like, you know, taking LSD and stuff, you know, or any other drug that makes you high. Yeah, and here's another one. There's me throwing a beanbag at something. I don't know. I know I was throwing a beanbag. Yeah, there's the background there. And, oh, there's that marble thing. You watch the marble go down. And when I was high on Thorazine, I thought that was clever. Huh. Boy, I sure got high for strange reasons, didn't I? Well, okay. Well, anyway, I'll continue on. Okay, here is me. Yes, I know some of you tell jokes. Oh, you ride on the short bus there, Randy. Yes, I rode on that short bus about 4.5 miles to Madison while Jenny Lynn's school was 2 blocks away. And my mother one time asked Mr. Sloth if I ever go back to Jenny Lynn. And Mr. Sloth told my mother, I never want your son, Randy, at my school ever. And I mean it. So I couldn't go back no matter if I wanted to or not. When I was on high on Thorazine, there's the ADM building over there. I'd stand outside and listen to it for hours. It was like music to the ears. It's like listening to your favorite song on the radio or on the internet, you know. And I looked at that. Grass was always greener on the other side. Well, during the summertime. This was a winter when I took the picture driving. And the best teacher I ever had while I was in Minneapolis was a Sunday school teacher at Gethsemane Lutheran Church. I can't give you her name because she's alive and she wouldn't want me to. And yes, yeah, and there's the School Park Brook. Yes, I could see it from my house. Okay. Yes, I could see that from my house. And but then Madison School was saying though, oh, we could give your kid a bus ride to this school, which would have been like 13.5 miles, 21.726 kilometers, you know, on the metric system, which would actually be more because they have to pick up other kids and make a lot of stops. That would have been a waste of taxpayers' money, a waste of my time because I didn't want to go to that school anymore, I'll tell you that. And, yeah, there's something on the school nurse here. Yeah, I got that. Okay. And, Here, let's see, you got 20/20 on both eyes. Yeah, hearing, so whatever that is. Dental, no obvious problems. Oh, no obvious problems. Yeah, my teeth were yellow. I should have had my teeth brushed. You saw how yellow my teeth were, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, they didn't care. You know, as long as they got the paycheck, they didn't care. And there's more stuff I have here. Okay, this is room 104. Okay, they said I was like hyperactive at the time. I got measles, chicken pox, occasional cold or flu. Let's see, whatever that is. Also the shots I got, polio shots, tube or whatever, negative, okay. And then my mother says, here, Dr. Sumner feels Randy could benefit greatly by another year at Madison. Please help me show Randy why and how this can help him. Thank you. Sorry, Mother. That school did not help me at all. It actually ruined me. Being high on Thorazine, hardly any schoolwork at all, having abusive teachers twisting my arms every day. Mrs. Carroll did that often. Mrs. Carroll played mind games, but she wasn't the worst one. No, not by far. Mr. Lorson was the worst, the 4th grade one. He'd twist my arms and yank them back and forth like I showed you earlier. He was a psycho. Lorson was a Jekyll and Hyde. First, he'll be real nice to you. Oh, well, yeah, like a couple of times he came in his Ford Pinto. He drove to the house, and he'd pick a guy named Jeff Yantes up and I and take us to Henry Ice Rink and do ice skating. I think he's trying to cover up his tracks, you know, because he thought I'd say stuff to my parents about it. But if I did, my dad wouldn't believe me anyway, so it didn't matter. And also, you know, I'll get on some more here. Okay, I'll show you what the quiet room sort of looked like. Sorry, my drawings are kind of bad. I'm a very poor drawer. So, okay, here is the door. There's this weird hallway. You go in. There is Anderson's desk. We sat down, talked to Anderson. Oh, yes, it was always our fault. Teacher was always right. Anything teacher said, we had to parrot their lines no matter what. Okay. Here are some, they have these 3 concrete block things in between with no doors, okay. There was chairs. Okay, chairs similar to this one, see here, without the padding, you know. It was all steel. You sat in the corner, hands on your lap. You turn on the kitchen oven timer for like 5 minutes or something like that, or well, 10 for like kid like David Perko and 3 for a kid like Don Shalito. And Don Shalito was 1,000 times worse than David Perko, believe me. Well, anyway, okay, chairs over here. There's these windows. There's to the basement. It looked like a dungeon. Something like out of the Addams Family, if you know what I mean. Okay, here's a little window thing. I forget that. I think I did. Yeah, a little concrete window. It's like I'd say like a, I can't find it. Oh well, it's like an inch high and like about a foot wide, like an inch high and 4 feet wide. You could hardly see. And all you see is like concrete wall across there. Yes, and they put kids like that in there between, well, kindergarten and 6th grade. I know a guy named Scott Anderson would, like, put him in that little room, twist his arms around and say, could be nice to Douggie now? And Scotty, poor little Scotty, man, he must have had seizures. He'd go like this. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that just made me mad. Anderson was lucky that time I didn't have a firearm. I'll tell you that right now. If I would have had a gun, oh yeah. At that time, I would have, yeah. I don't now. No, I'm not going to go look for him. Forget it. And there's another girl named Debbie. She used to live near the red brick housing projects in Minneapolis. She told me she once lived there for a short time. Yeah. Anderson used to pick on her. He'd lock her in that room every time I was down there. And Debbie was claustrophobic. Debbie, get me out of here, I'm scared. Get me out of here, I'm scared. Please get me out of here. Ah! And Anderson would just look as if nothing happened. He didn't care. To him, it was like entertainment. And then he, like I said, he'd twist my arms and sit me on his lap and grind his kneecap. Well, my pants were on, but it still hurt really bad. Yeah. I'm not going to look for him anymore. He's lucky. He's lucky I don't look for him. I'll never see him again. Lucky him. I don't even want to see him. Oh, no. If some of you think I'm lying, I don't care, because I'm not lying at all. Well, anywho, I'll get back to the point here. Okay, that was the quiet room there. Yes. Okay, the quiet room, that room I described earlier, it had concrete blocks like all around here. It had like a steel door. First, before you go in, Anderson would have you take off your belt, take off your shoes, and you put your hands through the pockets to search. No, Anderson, I'll give, as much as I hate to give that lousy lowlife credit, I will. He didn't put his hands across your body like the TSA agents. Anderson never did that. No. He just had you patted down. He says, okay, good enough. He says, you go in the room. He says, or I'll twist your arms and throw you in there. Well, I just go in and lock the door. Now I just pound it for a while. I was in there only once. Because he asked me, you want to go in that locked room there, Randy? I said, sure. He put me in there. One time. He never did it again. He did it to Debbie all the time, and he'd always put Scotty inside the room, round in circles, and always say, you got to be nice to Dougie now. Okay, and here are some of the things that the teacher signed for me. It was all stupid, believe me. You'll get a good laugh. Here's one here. I'm going to read on a separate sheet of paper. The world keeps on spinning as it spins a whole lot of happiness, luck, success, satisfaction, peace, good times, and fun times for you. Randy, best of everything to you next year, and know you'll have a real successful year. Well, not really. My grades were very low. All the kids laughed at me, called and said, I don't know, you know. Oh, Randy, you're such a dummy. Oh, Randy, you act like a retard. Oh, Randy, you're dumb. Okay, I'll go on. Roses are red, violets are blue. A whole lot of luck is wishes for you, Cheryl. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I got some more stuff written. Okay, here's one. Best of luck, Mrs. Banks. Mrs. Banks' class, she sent more kids down the quiet room than all the other teachers combined. Of course, that Lorson, he sent me down there constantly. I was sent down by Lorson more than anybody else, and he'd really go psycho on me. Excuse my nose, ladies and gentlemen. I got a cold. Yeah, I got a cold, but it's 70 degrees now. Take it after my mom. Okay, I'll get to the point. This one here was written by Robert Brown. Good. Robert Brown was by far the toughest kid in the school. Oh, no. You don't want to insult Robert Brown. He'll hurt you. Kids respected him. Oh, yeah, and teachers didn't twist his arms very often because Robert Brown's parents were nuts. And here's one here. Randy, you are good to talk with. Patty O'Neill. I never talked to Patty O'Neill. Here's Allen, Adney Allen, who is now in prison for, see, what was he in prison? Oh, yes, that's right. Downloading little children and pornography on the iPhones. I got to look into that again. That's for a separate time. Okay. Now I got more here. Okay. Randy, good luck. Have a safe, happy summer. Marion Ishang. Well, once I moved to Brooklyn Park, I didn't hear the ADM building run while I was high on Thorazine. See, I was still taking Thorazine until I begged my mother to quit. Finally, she took me off. And as time went by and the world looked more normal, I wasn't interested in listening to sounds of buildings for hours anymore. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's more here. Randy, I want you to know that there are a lot of warm feelings in my heart for you. I like you, Randy, and I think he put I want to see you again, but he changed his mind. Randy, you are a neat person. Charles R. Olson, 6'9", 1975. Charles R. Olson was known to go to the teacher's lounge often and smoke cigarettes. He was a heavy smoker, but they didn't care over there. Yeah, then he'd have the assistants do the work. Okay? This is Jeff Yantes. He is in 4th grade. I like you. Hope to see you again. And I still hope to see Jeff Yantes again. Hope he isn't locked up someplace. Good luck, Randy. Have a great summer. June Schloen. Whatever. Yeah, luck with a capital letter, okay? Randy, best wishes for a good experience at your new school. I think that's Doug Anderson writing it. Okay? Randy, it's been a lot of fun. Work hard and have fun at Park Brook. Good luck, Mike Mason. Yeah, I had a lot more fun at Park Brook because at Park Brook, I never had my arms twisted. No. Okay. There's some more here. And that was Jeff Yantes, the same one. He wrote something on it later. Okay, let's see. Got more here? Randy, good luck. Next year, we'll really miss you, Marianne. She was an art teacher. She never put anybody in the quiet room or twisted their arms. Never did. But then she never said anything about it because she wanted to collect her paycheck. So she's just as guilty as the rest of them. Okay, there's some more. Good luck, Mrs. Carpenter. Mrs. Carpenter was a chain-smoking crab. She made Mrs. Carroll look nice. She'd smoke cigarettes while children like me were out at recess. She'd smoke those strong, stinky cigarettes. I think she smoked the Camel filters or I think the silver Marlboro box. Oh, man, her teeth were yellower than mine were. Okay, I get to the point. Randy, good luck. Next year, it's been nice having you in art this year. Miss Smith. She was my 1st grade teacher. You know, Mrs. Smith was nice. A lot of guys would say, like, how pretty she is. You know, it's the weirdest thing about Mrs. Smith. One time, we were in summer school. She'd take us to these apartments. We'd go swimming. One day, I was out looking around, and there was this kid named Peter. He was in the swimming pool in the shallow end. Mrs. Smith took her bare foot and put it on top of his head. I looked and thought, wow, I never seen nothing like that before. I tell you, it was weird. I mean, I was a little kid. I think it was 7 or 8. I wasn't sure, but I saw that. Weird. Okay. Randy, I've enjoyed working with you this year, and I'm going to miss you. I hope you take care of yourself and have a good year at your new school. You're a neat person, Lori. I didn't know Lori's last name. She was an assistant. She was helping Mr. Olson, but later on she moved to the kindergartens. We used to always make jokes. She didn't send us to the quiet room enough. I'd say she sent me down 3 times. Jeff said she sent me down only 4. And Olman, she'd send you down every day for almost nothing. Okay? That's Guy Norton. He witnessed it. He'd tell you I got my arms twisted and sat on the lap if you ever find him. Randy, enjoy your new school. Keep in progress. Good luck, M. Warrington. Sure can write, can't you? Randy, have a good year at Park Brook, Mrs. Carroll. Okay. Randy, it's been great knowing you and watching you grow up into the neat person you are. Best of luck, Ellen Thayer. Yeah, like you mean it. Okay, Randy, sorry to see you go. I miss you in shop next year. I was not in shop for 2 years. Lots of luck and have a fun summer, Bob Frank. Yeah, he was a shop teacher, but I couldn't do shop class because I was very high on Thorazine. And I was doing shop tools. Man, I could have had my fingers cut off. I could drop something on my foot. I was that high, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who don't believe me, I'll challenge you to take some Thorazine. I took 10 milligrams as a kid. 3 times a day I weighed as little as 55, 60 pounds. Times that by an adult, if you're an adult, and try it. Okay, I'll get to the point. Here's one. This is Mrs. Ullman. Yeah, she was a little weird. Randy, I miss you. Next year, it's nice to see how much you've grown as a neat person. Keep up with your bowling so you'll beat me next time. Have great fun and enjoy. We'll expect a letter from you telling us about your new school. Keep working your brain, Mrs. Ullman. Okay, we went to bowling one time at some bowling alley during school time, and she was getting paid, which I should have been in school doing schoolwork like I did with other schools. Okay. And there's some more here. This is Mr. Lorson, the psycho teacher. Randy, of all the students I've had, you are one of my favorites. Yeah, yanking my arms. I think a lot of people have loved you. Bill Lorson. Yeah, slappy rights. This is a teacher, ladies and gentlemen. Huh, if I would have wrote like that in Parbrook Osseo, they would have flunked me 100 times. Look at that. He writes angry. Look at that. Take it to any FBI writing thing. Here's one to a friender, Hal Terrell Jr., a friner. I mean, he meant friend. Okay. Hal Terrell was in 5th grade, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory Johnson, he was in 4th. His writing is a little better. Here's one from Bog Ogland. Ogun, I think. Randy has grown to a great. Keep it up. You great smile and have. Oh, I can't even read it. Here's Caroline. She was a very disabled girl, but at least she could write better than some of the teachers. Edward Gray, stay cool. Don't be a fool. Yeah, Eddie Gray was always a comic. I wish I'd have known him better. Randy, when you and I came to Madison about the same time, now you are moving to a new school, a neighborhood. I know you will have a nice time and will do well. Call me once in a while. Let us know how things are going. Have a nice summer. Best wishes, Dennis Hayden, 61075. No, I never called, but I visited the school once, and you know what? Someone in the office turned me away and told me to get out of here. I said, I was going to take a tour or something. She says, no, we don't do tours. We don't have visitors in this school. Go away. Get out of here. And then someone, I think it was Hayden, came out, oh, may I help you? I said, no. And I left, and I was sad. I don't even know why I came back to that school. I guess I was a lonely person at the time. Okay, see, did I read all this? I think I did. And, okay, I did that, okay? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Here's this drug I took. Thorazine, 10 milligrams, 3 times a day, 6673. So, let's see. I was like 8 years old when I took 10 milligrams of Thorazine 3 times a day. See that? Look at that. I was high as a kite, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you once again. This is how far. And yes, you can look out the window at our old house. This was Parkbrook School, and I went there. Parkbrook took me in, and I thank Parkbrook School for taking me in. I had a great time at Parkbrook. And Ricky Rowell, wherever you are, I'm sorry I started a fight with you. You cleaned my clock really bad, and I deserved it. I tried to pull your hair, Ricky, but your hair was just so darn short, I couldn't do it. And Ricky Rowell, wherever you are, man, I won't meet you again. And if you don't want to meet me, I understand. And I want to meet the other kids like Jeff Yantes and David Perko and John Remick and Hal Terrell, Greg Johnson, Robert Brown, Richard and Robert Stafford. Let's see. Any other? And if I forget any name, oh yeah, Ronnie Tesselo too. He's a kid that Andy Allen always picked on. And okay, and as far as you Madison teachers are concerned, will you abuse the other students as well as I? You know what? Whatever happens to any of you, it doesn't matter to me. Or the other students I went to Madison. To me, you're about the same as such infamous people as Charles Manson, Susan Smith, Diane Downs, Ted Bundy, Albert DeSalvo, Charles Whitman, and any of those other losers. To me, Madison teachers, you're just like all of them. I'm not going to look for you. You can forget it. I never want to see you again, ever again. And this is Randy the Wild Horse, and thank you for watching. Hi again, everybody. This is Randy the Wild Horse, and known as Randy too. And I'm going to tell some more about Madison School because I forgot to tell a couple of things about Madison. I kind of wrote some crib notes, so I'll remind myself here. And let's see. Okay, first off, the reason I went to Madison because I missed 39 days of school at Jenny Lynn because I'd go out and swing or did opposite what the teacher said. So they sent me to Madison. I've said that before. And when I used to ride the bus, later on when I got off the bus, I got punched by some big kid. He'd turn around. He'd sit in one front seat way to the right by the bus driver. I'll show you here. Let's see, make sure I get this. Okay, way in the right of that school bus, in the right front seat. See, I'd get out in the front seat. When I got out, he'd turn around, he'd punch me right in the back, And one day my mother came up and told the bus driver about it, and this is the bus driver's words, and the bus driver was a total bigot too. She said, and I quote, "Oh, I can't tell on the kid who punched Randy because all the blacks around the Humboldt Avenue area, North Minneapolis, are going to get after me. You know how those black people are." That's what she told my mother. Yeah, B, she was a racist. She was actually, she's like that character, I don't know if I said it before. She's like Mrs. Crabtree from South Park, And like I said, thank you, Trey Parker and Matt Stone for creating that character because that's what B was like, only a little worse. Okay, and there's more stuff. Okay, about getting points. Okay, yeah. Let's see. I'll call abused student. Okay, I see. You get points for behavior, good behavior. Say, okay, abused student, you behaved yourself. 5 points. Yeah, you said thank you to the teacher. 5 points. Yeah, you're quiet, 5 points, oh, oops, sorry about that, okay? But you see, 90% of the points they give was for behavior, only 10% was for schoolwork. They gave way more for behavior than schoolwork. And this creep's name, I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, and as time went by, we went in this one room. They created kind of a room with flaps on it with a small door. Inside of it, they had prizes like toy cars and balls and old coins and stuff like that. I don't know if stores gave it to them for a tax write-off or not. I'm not sure. But that's where we usually went. See, when I used to get points, I'm not sure how many Mrs. Smith gave me, but it's not in the average. Mrs. Carroll used to only give between 90 to 140 points a day to me. Lorson, he'd give between 800 and 900 to me. He'd give 1,100 to Jeff Yantes, and Jeff Yantes was 10,000 times more violent than me. How violent? Okay, one time, let's pretend this is a chair here. See, I was sitting on the chair one time. I had my back turned. I told Jeff once to shut up. Jeff ran. He attacked me across the back so bad that I was almost crying. See, Jeff, he was a kid with kind of blondish hair, had freckles on him, had this mean look on him. Real skinny kid, but he was tough. Oh, it's one thing about Jeff. He was very angry. Even Anderson said that if you think you're angry, Jeff is 1,000 times angrier than you. He says, and if Jeff's an adult, who knows what he's going to do? He says, you won't do the things Jeff does. And you know what? Even though Anderson was a psychotic creep who should have been in jail, he was actually right about that. Okay, now, yeah, and about the points thing, which is stupid, I'll talk about another subject. A guy named Roger Drew, see, he signed my card. Okay. Oh. Okay, so you're wondering what Roderick Drew was like. I never really talked to Roderick very much, very little. We didn't hate each other or anything. Roderick, he was like a real skinny fourth grader kid. He came out of the orphanage. I think he came from those brick buildings on Olson Highway, where the segregated housing and stuff. That's where people different myself used to live. I hate to use. That's where the African American, almost all the African Americans live there. There was a couple of whites that lived there, as I recall. They tore those buildings down a long time ago. Yeah, Jackie, this one girl, she used to live down there. That's one time I was trying to pick a fight with her at recess. She pushed me back. We looked at each other, and I thought to myself, I better not fight Jackie, or she'll send me to the hospital. I mean, I was the one who started the fight, and believe me, Jackie, thank you, Jackie, for not beating my face. And she was like 3 grades older than me, bigger than me, tougher than me too. Like I said, thank you, Jackie. Okay, about Roderick. Roderick went and one day punched a teacher named Rosie in the 4th grade and gave her a big black eye. I mean, a 4th grade kid. It was amazing. I didn't think Roderick could fight at all. He didn't look like a fighter. But he gave her this big black eye. Okay, Roderick went under the judge, and as I recalled, he had to sell candy from class to class and go around the neighborhoods and stuff to pay for her hospital damages, I think. I'm not quite sure. But, all the kids loved Roderick after that. Oh, Roderick, you're cool, man. Oh, Roderick, you're like Muhammad Ali. Oh, you're so cool. And one thing all the kids were at Madison at the time when we were talking about boxing, I thought George Foreman was going to win that fight, but Ali won. So they were right on that one. But anyway, I didn't talk to Roderick much, but he was, a pretty nice kid. And I don't know if he is dead or not. I don't know, but I'd like to meet him again. But if he is dead, I'm sorry about that, and rest in peace to Roderick Drew if he is dead. So I don't know. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. And I remember another kid. His name was Larry Wilson. He used to call me Randy Lightning all the time, and there's a kid named Stacy who was chasing me around. I said, "Hey, Larry, Stacy's trying to beat me up." Larry chased him around. Stacy ran for his life. Stacy was a guy, by the way. Stacy looked pretty tough, but when he saw Larry, he turned around and ran for his life. Larry Wilson, if you're coming from Madison, or if you know anybody that knows Larry Wilson that came from there, I want to meet that guy again. He was a very cool guy, I'll tell you that. I miss him greatly. I hope he didn't turn bad, because if Larry turns bad, oh man, I'd have to run for my life. He was big then. he'd probably be a very big guy now, and if he's not tall, he'd be wide-shouldered for sure. Well, anyway, okay. Now there's another thing we remembered. It was Adney and I one day when we were in recess. We saw this old water pump. It was probably 50 years old. One time we were pumping water, taking turns drinking out of it, and it tasted awful. And Adney later said to Mr. Olson that it tasted like poop, and Olson didn't really say anything, but then Mr. Olson, he twisted our arms too and went to the quiet room. He didn't give me as much points as Lorson did. Olson gave between, I think, 500 and 600 to me. See, we used to run around the area park of Madison and stuff, ran until we conked out. I couldn't run hardly at all because, I don't know, my heart, or I think it was the Thorazine too, I ran and conk out. I always did. I can't run long distance too good, especially now I can't. I'm 50 years old, so. But anyway, okay, and about that creep Adney Allen too. Okay, he took my Hot Wheels car on the bus one day. I don't know if it was a mongoose or a snake. The snake, I forgot which one. I told the assistant bus driver, and she did nothing about it. And Adney Allen, yes, he was a manipulative creep. Yeah, he manipulated me. He acted like my friend. He said I looked like Stan Laurel on the Laurel and Hardy TV series. He went to my house once. I think I went to his house once. I walked over there, had some dinner at his house. The rest of his family seemed, I guess, pretty nice at the time, But Adney was the type of guy that was like totally out for himself. That's all he talked about was himself, how great he was. He basically didn't talk about anything else but himself. Then when we were in Sunday school, the Sunday school teacher I cannot name said that Adney Allen was by far the worst student she ever had. And he wasn't the worst student in Madison. There were some much worse than him behavior-wise. Oh, there were some that were very violent. Adney, I'd say he was about in the middle of the road. But as far as, okay, I'll show you what Adney did later on here. Okay, this is the, he's arrested now. See, yeah, I used to, you know, this is Adney Allen now, real creep. Oh yeah, I'm going to take care of that later on. That's his signature there. Yep, Adney Charles Allen, a real creep. Yep. They caught him. They arrested him. Yep. And I know he had a previous, I think he had a previous crime before. Maybe it was a different one. I don't know. But whatever you do, if he's ever let out of prison on parole, which I hope he's not, but if he is, I suggest you better keep your kids away from that guy, because he's a manipulative lowlife. That's what Adney Allen is. Oh yeah, Adney Allen used to follow Robert Brown around and brown-nosed him all the time, trying to, I don't know, I think he was trying to get Robert to bully for him or something like that, but Robert, he doesn't bully for no one. Robert took care of himself. Well, thank you, Robert. I'll tell you that. Okay, or maybe Larry Wilson was a very tough kid. Maybe, I don't think they ever fought, but if they ever got into a fight, it'd be a good fight. And Hal Terrell and Greg Johnson, they were cousins of Robert Brown, so... Okay, I think I about covered everything. Let's see, I covered the teachers. Rosie with the black eye. Let's say I've mentioned about Lori. Yeah, Mrs. Carpenter, the crab Carol. Yeah, Mrs. Smith. I forgot this. Oh yeah, and I had the substitute bus driver. First, her name was Dorothy. I guess she was kind of nice, but she just collected the paycheck. Then Marlis was a real crab. Okay, I took care of that. All right, so I guess enough of that. Oh yeah, no, one more thing. Yes, now you remember. There was one time, get this, I got sent to the quiet room because I told a bunch of kids, I showed a bunch of kids my dad's old 1970 Pontiac Catalina four-door. I bragged to the kids. I said, what do you think of that car? It was an ugly green car, you know, big four-door sedan. The kids said, oh, nice car. Oh, it's big. Oh, you can put fat people in that car, they said. I got sent to the quiet room for that. Now, I wasn't near my dad's car. I was within at least 10 feet away. And then my mom and dad asked, well, why'd you send him to the quiet room for? They were just showing his dad's car. Randy loves his dad's car, loves to ride his dad's car, my mother said. The teacher says, well, we discourage kids from going near people's cars. But my dad says, well, I don't mind him going near my car. The kids were wrecking my car. I checked my car. It was just fine. They said, well, we can't do that. Well, I'm just surprised my parents didn't pursue it further. I just couldn't believe it to this day. I always stayed away from people's cars, you know. Yep, I'll tell you. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Adney Allen. Here's a signature. Well, I got a picture of Madison School here. The other names I'm going to save, so I'm going to, okay, take this upstairs. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about the house being a mess, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for it. Okay. Usually okay. As you see here, I think you can you see it? Yeah, this is my paper shredder. Now the room's kind of dark. Yeah, this is my paper shredder. Sorry about the mess, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a messy housekeeper, ready to move. But I'm not going to use the paper shredder, though. I'm going to use the barbecue lighter. I'm going to use the barbecue lighter. Yes, I am. I'm going to burn those abusive teachers, and I'm going to burn that creep Adney Allen with it. And you know what? Adney Allen, if Adney Allen would have been an educated man, Madison would have hired him. Andy would have loved that job at Madison. He would have loved it. And Andy would have got away with murder there too, believe me. Andy would have loved that job. Well, losers. There it is. There it is. Goodbye, creep. Stealing my cars, abusing children, collecting child pornography. You're in Madison school, you teachers, abusing kids. Oh yeah, abusing Scotty, abusing Debbie, abusing a bunch of other kids. Yep. There's Andy Allen's signature. Up in flames. Yep. There we go. That is so beautiful. So I will go now, and this is Randy, known as Randy Wild Horse, and have a good